everyone is getting into the Comic-Con spirit, right? Because Comic-Con begins. Oh my gosh, it starts in 2 days. Can you believe it? Okay, but before you throw on the costume and you put on the makeup, you want to hear what dermatologist Dr. Kristen Richards has to say. There's a warning, right? So we're talking about the safety of putting on, I guess, costumes, maybe old costumes.
Right.
What are we talking about here?
Most costumes are just fine, but every once in a while you'll find someone that's really sensitive to chemicals in the plastic that come in these types of costumes.
Okay.
Some of those chemicals are things like PVC, polyvinyl chloride. They can actually act as endocrine and hormone disruptors in small children. So if it's an older costume, you might want to consider buying one that's a little newer, that's better preserved. Some old costumes even contain dust mites and things if they've been stored away for a while.
And do you see, when she had told me this during the break, I thought, what? Dust mites? Because we have all those costumes in the back of our closet that we keep for that one day.
Right. So you might want to think about washing your costume really carefully before you put it on your child.
Oh my goodness.
Other things are the accessories that we wear, like crowns, jewelry, all of those things. The most common allergy in the United States is to nickel. So if you have a nickel allergy, make sure you test out your crowns or your jewelry ahead of time prior to putting it on with your costume.
And so it gets itchy? You have
You
like
get
a little
red,
bit of a rash?
itchy rash. You can actually get swelling of the earlobes if you have a nickel allergy to jewelry.
And what about makeup?
So makeup is a whole different ball game. Most makeup is fine. It doesn't contain toxic things. But some patients will react to the preservatives in the makeup, such as formaldehyde. There's actually lead in lipstick. And if you test somebody's urine, you'll see that there's lead in their urine from wearing lipstick. Some nail polishes have toxic chemicals, volatile organic compounds, VOCs, like toluene or formaldehyde or phthalates that can actually also act as a hormone disruptor. So you got to be careful with which nail polishes and makeups you choose as well.
Okay, so what's your suggestion then?
I think that it's better to test it on your forearm about 3 days before the big event, and that way you know if you're going to have a reaction to it or not. The other idea is just to pick a hypoallergenic friendly makeup, like the one I have on, that also contains an SPF. So you're protected outside and you're not going to react to anything that's a preservative in the makeup.
Another big thing I've noticed are contacts.
Yes. Contact lenses, some people will go to costume stores and buy contact lenses that are different colors than their eyes. Got to be really careful with that. It's actually illegal not to buy contact from a doctor. You cannot buy those in costume stores.
Really?
Yes. And people actually get corneal abrasions from wearing contacts that are not prescribed by a doctor. So make sure you always get your contacts from your doctor.
Okay. So is it safe to say if you find the contacts that are being sold at the store that you check with your optometrist first? Or?
Probably better just to get it from your optometrist or your ophthalmologist, because they'll make the colored ones too.
Okay, and this is affecting the whole family. I see, like, the boys have got, they've got their costumes set up. Any other recommendations before, with the family, you head out to Comic-Con?
One of the things that people forget about is if you're wearing a costume that's kind of hot, you forget to hydrate, you can actually get heat exhaustion. So make sure if your children are wearing warm costumes with hoods or face masks that they're well hydrated before they go to Comic-Con. Be careful with the weapons. None of those functional weapons can be admitted to Comic-Con. Make sure your weapons are safe for your children.
All right, Doctor, thank you so much for being here this morning. I hope you guys got all of those tips. I just would have never guessed. Chrissy, I'll send it over to you.
Christina, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Can you ask the doctor if she ever gets mistaken for Lynda Carter in that outfit? I mean, she's her doppelganger. I mean, look, get on her face, like get close up on the face. And Lynda Carter, like if you told me she was Lynda Carter.
Has anyone ever asked you if you're Miss Lynda Carter?
They have.
They have.
Miss Diana Prince, I am.
There you go, Chrissy.
So what do you say, yes or no?
Yeah, I think so.
I would work that, man. All right, man, what an...